Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Welcome back again to my channel, and I'm so excited for this first episode with you on a very interesting topic. And today, the topic is about misconception about yoga. And who else better than you to talk about it? So, let's begin with this topic. And the
Sure.
first thing that I want to ask is a lot of people say योगा तो लड़कियां करती हैं. योग is for women.
Really? For prani matra, any living being,
Hmm,
yoga is for that living being. Everybody should and rather must practice
hmm,
yoga.
right.
Yes.
So, how do you convince? Like, for example, a lot of men, when I tell them, like even my friends, they're into workout and gym and everything, and they do agree to me saying that, अरे यार, तू सही बोल रहा है, मुझे थोड़ा stretching करना चाहिए. You're so flexible. I also want to be like this. And I'm like, go ahead and do yoga. And they're like, हाँ, लेकिन but don't you think it's too slow?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the kind of concept that they have in their mind.
Yeah, which is a fact, and I'm happy that this is what they think of yoga,
Hmm.
because a lot of people, unfortunately, are popularizing yoga by,
Hmm.
you have to work out, so you have to do everything so quickly. I heard somebody is doing 200 rounds of Surya Namaskar in like uh, I mean,
Not
you've been
possible.
in my class. Exactly. You've been in my class. When we do 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar, we take acha wala 20 minutes to 25 minutes to do 2 rounds. Now, how do you do
Yeah.
200 rounds of Surya Namaskar? Are you doing anything else through the day? Like, I really wonder. So, unfortunately, a lot of people are doing just any form of exercise and add the word yoga to it to say that, oh,
Hmm.
this is this branch of yoga. So I'm glad that your friends are coming across yoga, which is slow. To begin with, let's talk about what is yoga.
Yes. Yes.
Where are you going to refer to? What are you going to refer to when you want to identify that, okay, this is what goes and nothing else? Yeah.
Hmm.
And for that, the most ancient text, वैसे तो our scriptures have a lot of mention of various yoga techniques and
Hmm.
all kinds of references you will find. But the
Hmm.
most authentic text across all schools of all chains, all lines, all lineages, what they call,
Hmm.
of yoga that they follow is Maharshi Patanjali's Yoga Sutras.
Yes.
Okay, so, it's dated about 2,500 years ago,
Hmm.
and it's just short sentences. Sutra is like loosely translated. Sutra actually is like, सूत जो धागा
Yeah.
होता है ना, that which connects,
Correct.
that which binds. एक तो
Right.
वो मीनिंग हो गया. दूसरा, सूत्र is also for a formula.
Hmm.
Okay, in short, like a codified thing.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so that is what sutra also means. Now,
Hmm.
when you say Yoga Sutra, these are short sentences like codified formulae which
Hmm.
kind of link the entire knowledge together, the entire wisdom together. So that
Right.
is what Yoga Sutra to begin with is all about. Now, if you refer to the Yoga Sutras, uh, asan.
Hmm.
For example, you'll see a lot of people believe yoga means only asanas, just
Hmm.
physically doing this or that, asanas or
Correct.
breathing techniques or meditation. These are various techniques, but people pick that up and say this is yoga. Okay.
Hmm.
So, asan, if you check the definition, how
Hmm.
Maharshi Patanjali has defined asans in the
Hmm.
Yoga Sutras, he says sthiram, sukham. What is asan? Which can make you sthir. What is sthir? Stable,
Hmm. Stable.
steady.
Hmm.
Yeah, steady. And sukham. So it brings in stability and peace, happiness, joy.
Hmm. Correct.
So any technique which is getting you out of breath, sweating it out, yeah, now I want to sleep, I'm so tired. Any technique that is doing this to you is
Hmm.
not yoga by definition.
Okay.
I remember there was this person sitting next to me in a train one morning. early morning, huh? Some 7:30 or something.
Mm.
And she was like constantly fidgeting, push something with her objects, hair, shoes, this, that, something all the time.
Mm.
She was just sitting right next to me. So I just started counting how long can she stay stable without me.
Mm.
You want to take a guess? How long? What is the longest?
2 seconds.
Okay, you're being you being worse than me. Yes.
Mm.
Her longest was about 11 seconds.
Oh,
So
okay.
fidgety.
That's very
Now,
less.
yeah, exactly. 11
Yeah.
seconds is the longest I'm saying. So she was actually moving around, doing something or the other in less than that also. Now,
Mm.
the question we need to ask ourselves, why can't we just calm down? What is
Mm.
making us so restless? Huh?
Correct.
So,
Correct.
yoga is meant to calm you down and make you more steady. So, when your friends say, oh, it's too slow, just smile and say, yes, but isn't that what you need? I mean, you're running around all the time anyway.
Mm. Exactly.
So, that is one. And second, the body, the mind is constantly
Mm.
moving here and there, and you're so busy all the time, actually doing nothing. When you, at the end of the day, we realize we've accomplished nothing, right?
Nothing. Yes.
Yeah, or hardly anything.
Yes.
So it's about taking that step back, prioritizing where do I really need to put my energies,
Mm.
and getting more productive.
Mm.
That is the whole
Correct.
idea.
Water yoga, hot yoga. There's this one documentary that I recently saw was this Bikram yoga, which where he would put on heat and it used to be like completely hot and people would just faint sometimes. But they had benefits of whatever it is. I don't understand. Like, how do we tell them that you have a lot of misconception? People have really confused yoga these days.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
How do
is
we make
true.
it simple for them?
I've also seen that embarrassing documentary.
Yes.
Yeah, I call it embarrassing because it's like, it's your own fraternity and you can't blame anybody else but the teachers themselves who are doing
Yes.
these kind of things. You see where this goes, where this comes in from, rather,
Hmm.
is the ego. Beyond a certain point, when you see people falling at your feet and saying, wow, I've benefited so
Hmm.
much because of your help, it can make one feel like he's only God. The first time I heard the term hot yoga years ago, I thought the person has a speech problem, oh, like चल को चौल बोलते हैं वैसे हठ योग को hot बोलते हैं. Yeah. I was like, no, 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 it's hatha yoga. No, hot yoga. Huh? Hot yoga. What is that? And that's when I came to. You will be surprised that there's supposed to be some what sheep yoga. I'm like, what?
Yes.
What is sheep yoga? So apparently you're supposed to practice yoga out in the jungles, and sheep will be walking around you.
I have recently seen a couple of series on Netflix, and in some of
Yeah.
the scenes, they have shown goat yoga, sheep
Ah,
yoga, where,
goat yoga, goat yoga.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
sorry.
they're just
Uh,
on Vajrasan and the goat is dancing on the on their back.
No, no, no. All kinds of things are happening. And like I was saying,
Yes.
then you go back to what do you consider authentic? That
Hmm.
is where the conversation goes back to. Uh, so, as a part of the Yoga Institute,
Hmm.
I have been fortunate enough to be a part of, to represent the Institute. Of course, I was sent for a couple of these meetings where they were deciding, uh,
Hmm.
seniors or heads of various institutes were coming together and deciding how they can have kind of some basic norms
Okay.
of who should be called a yoga teacher
Hmm.
and on what basis do you test them? How do you
Hmm.
conduct an exam? Because you see, everybody believes that my guru is the best guru,
Hmm.
And what my guru taught is the most appropriate, most authentic things.
Yes.
And actually, worse than that, they believe all the others are wrong.
Yes. Correct.
Now, you must appreciate that yoga is a kind of science or wisdom, which, if you go back to when it started, every individual had their own experiences and felt like passing it on to anybody who wanted to learn.
Hmm.
Yeah. So my experiences may be very different from yours. Doesn't
Hmm.
mean who's right and who's wrong. Yeah. But now,
Yes.
as a student, if I come to you and then I say that no, 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 but what you are saying is different from what my previous guru taught me, so then you are all humbug. Or
Hmm.
the other extreme. Oh,
Hmm.
wow, I was never told all this. So my previous guru was all nonsense. And you
Hmm.
have all the wisdom. This constant comparison is one big problem.
Hmm.
And therefore, I will repeatedly go back to the statement of what do you call authentic?
Hmm.
And that's where we go back to Maharshi Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. I often come across people who will sit, drawing room conversations. They'll have long discussions about this and Akash Tattva and Purush and Prakriti and Sukshma this and that Pran and that Apan and this and boss, how is it affecting your actual day-to-day living? Is it making you a healthier, happier person?
Hmm. True.
Yeah. Is it really applicable to what you're doing in life? Is it making you more productive as a person, as a part of the society? Yeah.
No.
Are you? Well, I'm saying these are questions you need to ask yourself. Yeah. So again, we come back to the extremes and midpoint. I
Yes.
think the extreme of only philosophical talks or the
Yes.
other extreme of only working on the body, and bulging muscles and this and that.
Correct.
Samatvam
Mhm.
yoga uchyate.
Got it. Do I do the standing asanas first? Do I do like lying down asanas first? All these are things which are again very confusing for people.
When I'm teaching,
Hmm.
I normally tell the students that I want you to focus on the technique
Hmm.
rather than arguing about whether this is the right name or that is the right name.
Correct.
Yeah. Only when you
Correct.
get into doing the teacher's training course, we'll come to that bridge. When we come to the bridge, we'll cross it. Yeah.
Hmm.
That kind of thing. Till then, you just work on doing it correctly.
Hmm.
Now, when you're talking about a trick to pick and choose what can be done, see,
Hmm.
as far as sequence is concerned,
Hmm.
fortunately, there is no such hard and fast rule about what you must do first and what you must do later. And ab ye kar
Okay.
liya to wo nahi kar sakte. There's nothing like that. But
Okay.
logically, we start with warm up and
Hmm.
then do asanas.
Okay.
Makes
Yes.
sense? It's no point doing the warm up after you've already done your asanas. Yeah.
True.
So,
True.
yeah. So we start with warm up and then within asanas, we can do anything first, anything later. What
Hmm.
I normally follow and what I normally tell the students also, but there is no hard and fast rule. You don't have to follow this, but just for convenience sake, I normally start with standing, then
Hmm.
sitting, then asanas on your stomach and asanas on
Hmm.
your back. Reason being, the last asana that you finish on your back, after that we are going in for relaxation anyway.
Yes. Considering you've been practicing and teaching and you've been in this field for so long, have you come across any situation where you felt that, okay, if someone has come and said, oh, but yoga is about religion, or it's more about how you are practicing religion?
Fortunately, nobody has so far come and said this to me. But
Hmm.
I don't let that stage only come. In the first opening class itself, I clarify. You
Yes.
know, okay, you might have such reservations, but please do not. Because yoga came into existence
Hmm.
in this country. There's no dispute about that, at least, I hope. Yeah, that it originated in India. Now, when it originated in India, at that
Hmm.
point of time, there were no other religions in this country.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Everything
Yes.
else came in later.
Correct.
So yeah, so it's very nice to connect yoga practices to religion.
Mm. Absolutely.
And if you have no problem doing asanas, doing pranayams, practicing relaxation techniques, yeah, or
Mm.
doing jalneti or anything, yeah, if you have no problem doing this, you should logically have no problem chanting Om also.
Yes, exactly.
The other extreme, you will see people who will say like, oh, I'm now practicing yoga, so they'll start wearing rudraksh, they'll start wearing Om, they'll get
Mm.
Om tattooed here and there, yeah,
Yes.
and they'll have a
White or
Shiva, Om
yeah.
Namah Shivaya, and wearing certain colors or not wearing certain colors, or
Yes.
start putting vibhuti and this and that, all kinds of things. That's
Mm.
then the other extreme. Abhi actual asan pranayam meditation or yam niyam or looking after their health or what actually ये सब कितना हो रहा है they know best, but show पूरा है. I remember Dr. Jayadev was the president of the Yoga Institute. He had once mentioned that it seems some lady came to him and said that I would like to start my yoga lessons.
Mm.
So please tell me when I should start. I am all set. I'm
Mm.
absolutely ready. He said, "Oh, you're ready? Like in terms of when you say you're ready, what exactly do you mean?" So it seems if anybody else said this, narrated this, I would have never believed it. But because Dr. Jaydev said it, I couldn't. I was like, "Are you serious?" It seems this lady told him that I've already bought myself orange clothes and orange lipstick. So I'm ready to begin. Interestingly, when I was doing my teacher's training course, at that time I was parallelly also learning Sanskrit. I was doing this short program, once a week wala program.
Mm.
And towards the end of the course, we were all given an assignment
Mm.
to write like an essay or something. They
Mm.
told us so many words or so many pages, whatever. And they said, you choose any topic of your choice. So, because I was also doing the teacher's training course at that time, I thought I'll do it on yoga. And you'll be surprised, the topic I picked up was misconceptions about yoga. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I went to the internet to find out various objects that are being sold in the name of yoga. Okay,
Mm.
for yoga practices. I had expected t-shirts and mats. These are obvious things that come to your mind, that okay,
Yes.
these things will be sold in the name of yoga. Ki, okay, buy this product and brand and ye wo, and then that will be. This was expected. You'll be shocked to hear the list I'm coming up with now. Pendants,
Mm.
ring, कड़ा, हाँ, ओम लिखा हुआ, शांति लिखा हुआ, ओम नमः शिवाय लिखा हुआ. This also एक बार समझो, रुद्राक्ष of course.
Okay.
This also I can understand. हाँ, water bottles.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, ओम लिखा है ऐसा water bottle and things like that. हाँ, जलनेती salt. जलनेती के लिए salt of a certain brand. Like, can you believe that? That was really innovative, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, like एक ऐसा support and नीचे something. So you sit on that. Okay. So
Okay.
you're supposed to, it's supposed to help you with meditation when you sit on this asan kind of thing. Okay. हाँ, वो भी था. Then जलनेती का pot.
Pot. Yeah.
Yeah. That also understandable. Where I fell off laughing was a certain tea.
Oh,
Yeah. Tea. Yoga tea.
yoga tea.
Which,
Oh,
yeah, which had 12 flavors. And
what?
and the photo that I used in my project was yoga tea of Earl Grey brand with with actually वो ब्रिटिश वो होता है ना, वैसा वैसा वाला.
The
हाँ,
curls.
उसका हाँ, वो गर्ल्स वाला फोटो उसका ऐसा देख रहा है. That was the cover पे उसके बॉक्स पे उसका फोटो. Yeah, that's supposed to help you practice yoga.
Oh my God, ma'am, we need to
So
hear,
it's
we need to see this project.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll look for it. Must be there somewhere. Yes, definitely. So all kinds of things are happening, and interestingly, it's it's mutual
Hmm. Hmm.
because
Correct.
people are looking for such products because there is a demand. They
There
are
is
being
supply.
produced. They're
Yeah.
supplying, and then
Correct.
because there are these products, they create a demand also.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I
So
think I completely get this point because if you go to some ashrams and these brands that they have built up, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So there
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
ashrams and build brands, and the kind of stuff that they're selling is so expensive, so expensive. There's dhoti, there's
I'm told major branding in London. I heard a very leading dietitian talk about it. That
yeah.
she was in London and it was being sold as the yoga underwear. And she
Oh,
was out of curiosity, she went to see some big, huge store and huge money. And when she went and she saw it was our regular Indian cotton langot.
langot. Okay.
Yeah, so yoga underwear and like being sold really expensive. So, ठीक है, there are people who feel good that when they use these products, their yoga practice is more effective and they are becoming higher and higher level of yogis. ठीक है, there is
Yeah.
a market for these
Market
people.
for that.
So,
Yeah.
ठीक है, fine.
Guys, this is the first episode, and I definitely would like all of you to ask questions and let us know if you're interested in certain topics that you want to talk about and you want to listen to that ma'am could answer. Go ahead and do that. You could comment right below the video, or you could go ahead and personally message me. You can follow both of us on Facebook and Instagram. I will share the details with you in the detail, and go ahead and let us know what you feel about this episode also. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Amit. See you soon.
See you soon.